Okay, here we are. This is lesson 3 of drawing a Ferrari F12, and what I decided to do, not only have I started out with some more of the dark areas, but I'm going to go back today and make the dark areas that we started to lay down the body, make them darker. So they actually give us some idea of where we're headed with the color on the front end of the body. And that's not just going to be the front end either. We're just starting there, but on the whole side and back of the car, there are quite a few areas that are going to be very dark. So I'm going to give myself some idea of how dark that is on the body. And then after that, we'll probably work on the shadow underneath the car too. The shadow is going to be extremely dark, as are the wheel wells over the tires. And all of this is just for the purpose of getting myself some idea of how dark this is going to be. And then I can work the lights against it to see how much darker or lighter they need to be in order to make this work out. But it's certainly pretty good, especially now that we're putting some darker tonal values in it. I think this drawing is going to come out great. This is a really pretty car. Like I said yesterday, this is the most powerful street Ferrari that they ever built. It's got over 600 horsepower and it's just totally a rocket ship. So it's a real handful. But on the same side of it, it does have a lot of electronic aids in order to keep all that power, making the car go basically in a straight line. And if you wanted to, I think you could just about burn the rear tires off this thing by just putting your foot down. It's really a tremendous car. From some of the road tests and some of the videos that I've seen of it, it just really puts out power like crazy. And of course it is a Ferrari, so needless to say right there, that's going to cause people to, crane their necks to see what you're doing and what it is. I can just imagine owning one of these cars. The temptation to just put your foot in it and disappear from everybody is going to be really, really hard to resist. I sometimes fall prey to that with my BMW. I got a big BMW, and once in a while, it just, you have the need for speed, but this would be, a car like this Ferrari would just be too much to resist, I think. Oh well, back to the real world. It is extremely expensive. I mean, not for what it is, but it is an extremely expensive car. But you do get what you pay for, in large sense, because there are not many driving experiences that are like this car from what I have read. And sure be fun to try one. I have never been in one before. Hopefully I'll get to drive one, or at least ride along. Okay, now there are some areas in here in the darks that are also going to be quite a bit lighter too. They have reflections and highlights and stuff on them, so I have to kind of be careful. I'm working off the photograph to make sure that I don't get rid of those highlight sections, because that's what's going to make the car believable. If you have a dark area, you have to have a light area somewhere near it in order to give that big difference, the dramatic contrast between the lights and the darks that makes the drawing exciting. So I'm having to reserve those areas in white so that when I come back again and start to bring those back up to the highlight, that I don't go too far and make it not work. So you see here, I'm trying to be very careful around the areas where I'm going to be having those highlights. And that's why I did this, so that I could get some sense of where I am, instead of just doing the shadows underneath the car. the shadows are what they are, so I can come back at any time and make those work. And then all I'm going to have to worry about with those is where they meld into the tires. But on the body, it's a lot more urgent. You really want to get this right, or it's going to look phony, and you want to make it look like a car. You don't want to make it look like some cartoon. So by paying attention to this, it'll really pay you dividends. It will make the thing look believable and help you sell the car as a real car. As you see, this is, like I said, this is the dark area on the top, but right below where I'm working now too, just below the front lip of the car there is the grill, and that is extremely dark. So we'll do that tomorrow probably. Anyway, I'm running out of time for today, but hope to see you back tomorrow, and we'll have a lot more progress that we'll make, and this will be good. Thanks. Bye.